Hi everyone. I want to share with you a dream I had, but first I'll tell you something. Normally, when I go to sleep at night, I ask our Father in heaven to be with me during my dreams, in my dreams with me. And so last night, I asked him for something different. I asked him if he could be with me, but also if there was any kind of a message he wanted me to give to the brethren. So, if I start this dream, I'll tell you that I was in some kind of apartment complex and my crazy brother was there with me. He was crazy in the dream, which is I find odd because he's only been really like that since he got out of prison. And my son and Glenn were in the dream with me. And all of a sudden, these government officials came. I told Glenn and my son to escape because I knew they were there for me. Now, how I knew that is Satan likes to mock, okay? And he does mock. He mocks everything our Father does. And you know how we'll be held accountable for every word with our Father? Well, we will also be held accountable with Satan because everything that we've written online, we will be held accountable for. So, with that said, Glenn and my son escaped, and then all of a sudden, Truda or rather Trittler, what I like to call him, he was with these officials, and they demanded explanations. And I looked at Truda, and he had quite literally shite all over his face, okay? His face was brown. It had speckles of brown with all over his face. And I said, hold on, let me go get you some wipes. And then I threw the wipes at him and I said, there, wipe your face. You have shite all over your face. So he wiped his face and he became porcelain white, like a doll porcelain. And he leaned over to try and kiss me, but out of his mouth came this protruding metal thing, like a tongue, but it was metal and it was round. That's the only way I could describe it. And I pushed him away. And as they were demanding more explanations, I said, can I use the bathroom? I'll be sure to tell you, like, as soon as I come out. So sure enough, I climbed out the window and I went on the run. Oddly, I came up to a car and the door was open and somebody was in it. And I said, can I use your car? And they're like, no, you can't take our car. And I said, well, I'll pay you for it. If I ever make it back, I'll definitely pay you for it. My email is mystify@gmail.com. And so they let me have the car. And ironically, it was a Firebird. So, and probably about a 1974 Firebird. So I headed down with the Firebird, the road, and I was flying, but I knew they were close behind. And I was going up, it kind of looked similar to Arizona, and I was going up towards the mountains. And then all of a sudden, I saw this great big snowstorm or blizzard, and I knew it was wrong. I knew it was off. I knew the government was going to plummet the town with it and kill all the residents. So I prayed to the Father and I flew up into the air and I held this storm back with my hands by the power of our Father, and I was pushing it back. And then I looked over to the side of me. To the left side of me was another girl, and I said aloud, there's somebody else like me. And then she said, no, I'm not like you. You were gifted with this, but I was made like this because the government did this to me. But I'm going to help you, she said. So here we are up in the air, holding the storm back from Harp, from what I can gather, and we're pushing it back. And I looked over to the right of me, and I saw some kind of a ravine or a canal, and I said, come over this way, push the storm this way. It can't get to the town this way if we push it this way. And it was going to be a blizzard, like a bad blizzard, and again, it was going to plummet this town and kill everyone in it. So she listened to me, and we were up in there pushing the storm that was created over into this ravine or whatever it may have been. It was like there was nothing there, so I knew that that was a safe place to push it. So we were pushing it with our hands in the air, and finally we had accomplished that mission, and I came down and they began hunting me again. So I was on some kind of bridge, and there was a great big hill, and they came with the dogs, and we were up towards the mountains again, in an area I don't really recognize. But anyways, so I rolled down this hill to get away from them, and I saw this great big Scotch pine tree, and it was covered in snow. And I thought, something told me to hide under that tree, and I hid under it, and not one of them, they came near it, but they didn't detect me. Our Father was protecting me. I was being protected. As they were coming with the dogs, even the dogs couldn't detect me under this Scotch pine. I don't know if you know what they look like, but they're a great big rounded, shorter type pine, which was covered in snow. And I waited and I waited, and then this girl came and got me, and she said, "They're finally gone. Let's go." And then I woke up. So there you have it. That's the dream. And I'm just wondering if they're going to use Harp on many towns to obliterate them, and I think they already are. So our Father is giving us a message, and I'm supposed to share it. Let me know what you guys think. May our Holy King Jesus bless you all.